Hi, boys and girls. It is Monday today. I have my calendar here, and I have a little catching up to do. I need to trace 25, 26, and 27. So what numbers make up each of those? Can you tell me? 25 is made up of a 2 and a 5. 26 has a 2 and a 6. And 27 has a 2 and a 7. So let's catch up and trace those numbers in. So we're all the way up to Monday. Okay, you can go ahead and practice signing in at home, your first and last name. And then I want you to pull out your workbook. And you're going to open it to page 67. And you can see, and we talked about this on Friday on our call, that our letter of the week is X. X. And X is tricky because it makes two different sounds. It can either make the sound X, like box or fox, or it can make the sound X, like X-ray. And so the way we make X is just by crossing two lines. So you could take your fingers and cross them like this, and you'll see it looks just like an X. So why don't you try that at home? You could take your arms and cross them to make an X. Try that. You could take your crayons and lay one on top of the other, or I have here my two toothpicks. I can make those into an X. Okay, so we are going to practice our X in our workbook. So you're going to pick a crayon, any color. We're going to always start on this side of the X, which is why they have a number 1 here. We're going to start at the top, do a diagonal line down. Jump up, do a long diagonal line the other way. So bring your crayon over here. This is the line we always start with. Start at the top and do a big line diagonally down. Now you're going to try the whole thing. Which line do we start with? This one where the smiley face is. Do a long line all the way down, jump up, do a long line all the way down the other way. And this one over here we can practice again. Long line down, jump up, long line down. Now you get to do 4 of them on your own down here. See if you can remember the order in which you do it, where you start your X, and then you jump up, and then you do the next line. See if you can do those on your own without me telling you the order in which we write the letter X. Now, after we're done with that, we are going to color in a xylophone. And these are very colorful traditionally. So I put in the email a picture of one that I'd love for you to try to copy. I have one again here so we can talk about it. And what I'd love you to do, you can see the colors here, is try to copy them. So this biggest one, we're going to try and do it red, just like they've done here. What is the next color of the next bar? It's an orange, then yellow, then a light green, a dark green, a light blue, a dark blue, and a purple. I challenge you to see if you can color yours the same. And no worries, I know it's a little tricky. So this is what we're going to work on coloring today. And again, you can look at the screen here and pause it to copy the colors, or you can pull the email back up and copy those. Now, are these big spaces or little spaces? They're very small, so you're going to have to do tiny little back and forth, which will be tricky. So take your time with that and see if you can do your best work, and then you get to give yourself a gold star if you did. Okay, we have one more activity today, and I have it down here on my carpet. You're going to need to find a carpet somewhere as well, because we're going to be using our toothpick to make an X. So I'm going to bring my computer down here so you can see how it works. All right, so here are my 2 X's and my toothpick, and I'm actually going to get to put holes in the X, starting in the right place at the top of the X. And I'm doing it on carpet because the toothpick needs somewhere to go. And it's a little bit sharp, but I don't think it will hurt you as long as you're careful with it. Okay, so where do we start with our big X? We're going to start at the top here. And you get to just go all the way down, which is kind of fun to do. We're going to go all the way down that first line. And stop. Now where are we going to go? Do we come down here or do we jump up? We jump up. You get to try going down the other side. Isn't that fun to do? And now you can see our little X looks just like the big X, just smaller. So we're going to try this one. See if you can tell me where you're going to start piercing holes into your X. If you said this corner, you are right. So let's try it. It's going to be shorter lines this time. See how I'm using my helping hand to hold my paper still? And then we're going to jump up and come down this side. Isn't that fun? Now, some of you might have heard me tell everybody on Friday that if you have any boxes, box ends in x, which is an X. And I challenge you to see if you might be able to make something out of that box. You could make a spaceship or a race car or a pirate ship, anything that you can think of. And my children have a lot of fun doing that. And then maybe on Friday you can share it, or you can share something else that starts or ends with X. X is a tricky one. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye, and I have a recording of a really great story about lima beans, just like we're growing. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you soon.